good morning from Death Valley. This video isn't about Death Valley. I have been a horrible travel hostess, boondocking travel hostess, and we went to Lake Mead, and I didn't do any talking to the camera during that time, and had a wonderful time in Lake Mead. We left Havasu and drove up Highway 95 through Vegas, and then you go into Lake Mead. We were actually going to Vegas for a reason, but we had a few days until we were actually going to be in Vegas itself, so ended up staying at Lake Mead. I'm Allie, and I've been living in my RV full-time since July 2020. I'm celebrating midlife in my own special way. So we left Havasu. We are headed to Las Vegas. That big long highway back there. So when we got to Lake Mead, we stayed in what seems like the most popular dispersed area in Lake Mead. I'm not sure, but amongst the 3 or 4 that we saw, it's called Government Wash, and it's pretty big, actually. Nice place to stay, lots of boondockers, campers. What struck me the most is how far down the water levels had gone. Just crazy levels. I guess in the last 20 years there has been drought, as well as overconsumption of water in this western states that access the Colorado River, and the water was really low. The 2 boat launch ramps that we did come across were closed, and found a boat. And I guess it had been at the bottom of the lake for a long time. It was really eerie, but interesting at the same time to come across this boat just sitting in the desert. So we stayed at Government Wash. We did one hike. We moved over to what's called Colville Bay, and we stayed there one night and tried to hike. We tried to hike to the river, not river. It is the Colorado River, but it's a lake, Lake Mead. We tried to hike, and it was so windy. Windy, but it was still a cool hike. We didn't really get to the water because there was a section that I got scared and I didn't want to hike. And then we stayed there the night, and then the next day we did the awesome hike. but just 6 miles away, 6-7 miles away, it was not windy. It's like the wind is following us for every hike. Well, going up there, hopefully to those beautiful orange red mountains. A couple miles out. My Minnie is camouflaged. She looks so small. We actually ended up going into Vegas. John wanted to buy a derby, so we went into Vegas, picked up my son and his friend, and drugged them around to the Shelby Museum. They were so enthused, 2 22-year-olds, wait, 22 and 21. They were just so enthused about going to the Shelby Heritage Museum. They pretty much looked at the cars and then sat down and chit-chatted. It was really cool because I am a car enthusiast. I don't know a lot about cars, but I just think they're beautiful. Some cars are just so beautiful, and Shelby does an amazing job. And they were still manufacturing cars there in Vegas. That was quite the treat to see. And then from there we went to Fremont Street, which is sound and light and people overload for me. But I still had fun. When we had a great lunch. And then we headed off to where we are now, Death Valley. I'm sorry for being a bad hostess and not narrating as I go along. I happened to go into 2 places I've never been before, and I was kind of excited and forgot to record myself. But I'm gonna try not to do that anymore and give you a better experience by narrating when I'm going through things and not 2 weeks later. Thank you for watching anyway.